Maggie, your substitute teacher. Welcome to my usual struggle cooking class, but I am traveling, so I wanted to put together a 10-part series for you all. We're going to cover 10 different categories in the kitchen, each of them having 3 parts, and I'll give you a little bit of a tidbit every day during the middle of your day, so hopefully you can stay engaged while I'm gone. If you want to see where I'm at and what I'm up to, please check out my Instagram or check out the community tab. All right, so for part number 1 of the series, we're going to talk about cooking with fruit. So forgive me as I look down at my notes here. So tip number 1. Fruit, you all know I'm not a doctor, I'm just a boy mom and a home cooker, but I do snack on fruits. I'm very selective. The fruits that have been approved for me are the low sugar fruits. So we're looking at apples, citrus, and berries. I like to eat them raw. And when you eat them raw, you can have so many different combinations. If you want to add a little bit more protein to keep you fuller longer, you can add goat's cheese to your fruit. For example, sometimes I'll cut up apple slices, smear on a little bit of goat's cheese like you would like a peanut butter or cream cheese if you have dairy. It gives you a little bit of sweet and savory and helps to keep you full. I can also have citrus, so for example, oranges or strawberries, and sometimes I'll have those with yogurt. So I'll have a plant-based yogurt like an almond milk yogurt or coconut milk yogurt, which gives me that sweet and creamy, and then I'll dunk the fruit in there. Even better if you put a little bit of the skinny syrups in there. For example, plain yogurt, strawberries, and chocolate flavored syrup, sugar-free. Stir that up and dunk the strawberries in there. So good. All right, so let's keep talking about fruit. Tip number 2, you can also cook with fruit. You all know that I am a proud student of the lead attorney, and he has claimed the fried apples that I make as TLA's fried apples. If you're not familiar, you basically take a whole apple, keep the skin on or peel it. Lead likes his naked. But you can slice them up or you can dice them up and then put them in a pan with melted butter, brown sugar, and then any warming spice that you like. I use cinnamon and nutmeg. Not only does the house smell amazing, but you just simmer them low and slow until they're the tenderness that you like. That's a great way to have cooked fruit. You can eat it as a side dish. You can eat it as a dessert. You could top it with whipped cream. For me, that would be a plant-based whipped cream, coconut cream, or almond whipped cream. You can crumble some crushed graham crackers on top of all of that, which would give you that kind of like apple pie crunch without the pie crust. But if you can have pie crust, please have some for me. Cook your pan of fried apples and then put them in a store-bought pie crust and bake it. You have a homemade apple pie with a little bit of a shortcut. So you can definitely cook with fruit. You can also put your fruit in pancakes. You guys know I'm famous for the Maggie cakes. I'll be making some blueberry Maggie cakes very soon. My favorite. I love when blueberries get warmed up in the pancake batter on the griddle and they burst inside. Not only do you get the dark blue color, but you also get that sweetness from fresh fruit, and I think it's just beautiful to look at. And then lastly, tip number 3, you can definitely eat frozen fruit. If you can't keep produce for a long period of time, I totally understand. There's a lot of options for frozen fruit. You can also eat your fruit frozen. I have made a raspberry sorbet. You guys can go back and look at my videos and find the raspberry sorbet, which is just crushed up raspberries with the sweetener of your choice. And then I put it in my little Dash ice cream maker. Swirl it around and it gets a nice frozen sorbet from fresh fruit. You could also do that as a lemon sorbet. There's lots of recipes for lemon sorbet. I'm going to have to find one. And then lastly, one of the things that my oldest son loves is a smoothie. So you can take a handful of the fruit in your choice, add it with milk of your choice, yogurt of your choice, and blend it all together with sweetener of your choice and make a great fruit smoothie for a meal replacement if you want to, or just as a treat when the weather is warm. So I hope these tips with tips for cooking with fruit have been helpful to you. We're going to continue on our series, so please check back soon and I'll have another video series tip for you. Until then, I'll see you guys next time in the kitchen.